Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another episode of the Salary Cap Report. Today's episode is going to be the final one before Season 8 begins in roughly 72 hours as of this recording. And I will promise you guys that there will be at least one more episode of the Salary Cap Report in Season 8, where we're going to make our decision as to whether or not we're going to grind out this game mode. Once again, I feel like every single season it just gets sweatier and sweatier, and I think that's because the rewards in this game mode are better than in any other game mode, especially given the time commitment or lack thereof that you need to put in to get those rewards compared to a game mode like Showdown. And unfortunately, if you're someone that likes to play 5v5 game modes in MyTeam that are online, you're limited to only Salary Cap and Showdown. And unfortunately, with Salary Cap, which was a game mode that they marketed to us in late August / early September before this game came out, Salary Cap was marketed as a casual game mode. Unfortunately, over the last few seasons, it has been, for the most part, anything but casual. Feels like all the tier 1 sweats who don't want to deal with matching up against other sweaty opponents come to Salary Cap to try to have a more enjoyable matchmaking experience, and that's kind of hurt the experience for a lot of people like myself who play this game on a more casual basis, especially online. So we'll see if I want to put myself through all of it again, especially given the fact that my odds, or my pack odds I should say, have not been that kind to me when it comes to Salary Cap rewards. I can't complain because 2K gave me a 100 overall Yao Ming out of one of the NBA playoff locker codes that we got a couple of weeks ago, but I would like to see a better pull out of my 100 overall that I get from Salary Cap, which that video will come later on this week. I still have to get roughly 1,500 more points in Salary Cap to get to 2,500 and get that pack. So once we hit that video will be soon to come. And speaking of the NBA playoffs, we just got our Invincible player, the final reward for completing all of the NBA playoffs Spotlight Sims. And yes, it is Invincible Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the man who won MVP in the regular season, I believe the scoring title in the regular season as well, and then the cherry on top, winning finals MVP as well. It made all the sense in the world for us to get SGA, and I know there are a lot of people that are frustrated that this is not an Invincible Chet Holmgren, since we already got a Pink Diamond SGA for round 1 of the NBA Spotlight Sims. But SGA makes all the sense in the world. It had to be him. I would have been shocked if they gave us a Chet Holmgren card for free. And I still think this card's going to be absolutely elite. Obviously, he's a 6'6" point guard. 99s across the board. He has a number of legend badges. I believe he comes with 12. Yeah, 12 legend badges, and a lot of them are the legend badges that you want to see. They gave him on-ball menace legend as well, which is incredible. This card's going to be a blast. I still have a ways to go to get him, but I did make some serious progress over the last couple of weeks. You guys can see right here, we have every single agenda done for the Pink Diamonds and the Galaxy Opals, and we only have to get Dark Matter, Caruso, and Siakam before we can finally get these 100 overall agendas done, and then we can finally get SGA. So I should hopefully have SGA by the end of the week. I was kind of waiting to get these done so I could pair up the grind for that agenda with these agendas that we're getting right here. 2K is giving us agendas for Invincible pieces. I know this doesn't have to do with Salary Cap, but at least directly. But I do think you guys should be grinding out these agendas if you can, because you can use these collectibles towards some of the players that you may want to get from the exchange to add to your Salary Cap teams, players that we talked about before in my previous episode of the Salary Cap Report. So please go ahead and check that out. Before we get to the lineups, today's episode shouldn't be all that long, since I just want to go over the lineups and a couple of other things here. The NBA draft round 1 will be beginning tomorrow, and 2K historically, from what I understand, has dropped the next promo, which if you're new to NBA MyTeam, or NBA 2K MyTeam rather, the next promo is the promo which has all of the rookies, at least not all of them, but the big name ones, the ones that are going to be drafted for the most part during night 1 of the NBA draft, in that promo. So that will be coming tomorrow, and then we'll be getting a separate promo along with Season 8 on Friday. Last year, we had the next promo came out on Wednesday, June 26th, 2024, I believe. And then a few days later, when Season 8 began on that Friday, there was a whole separate promo called the Smooth promo, I believe. I looked at it on NBA, or 2KDB rather, like an hour or so ago. So we did get 2 separate promos that week. I'm curious to see what that's going to look like. I wonder if 2K is going to add another festival on Friday to go along with whatever promo we get on Friday, or maybe they give us a festival on Friday that has to do with the rookies that come out. Who knows? We'll have to see. But given that we're now in week 5 or week 6 in a row with festivals currently active in this game, I would not be shocked if 2K continues that trend and gives us yet another festival, which would be our 4th, I believe, in 6 or 7 weeks, just to keep it going and keep new Hall of Fame boxes present in our pack market for us. I'm saying us in the non-literal sense. I am not included in this us, but for us to be able to rip if we want to spend 450K on a box. I do have 280,000 VC from the Pro Pass that I've just not spent over the last few seasons, and that I may use towards a Hall of Fame box if I see something interesting, because I'm not gonna have to spend $100 to get up to 450K VC, and I can't carry this VC over into NBA 2K26 MyTeam, assuming I get that game, but we'll have to see what we do. That is a Season 8 problem. Let's talk about the lineups, right? We've wasted enough time. Let me make sure I'm recording also. I'll be really sad if I'm not. We are. Oh my God, I hope my face has not been getting blurred out by the light. Hi, YouTube. Okay, so let's talk about the lineups, right? There are 2 lineups I want to show you guys. I want to start with the lineup that I ended up playing in salary cap with. Let me briefly show you guys my record. I think we were 5-2, or we're 6-2. So we ended up going, I think, 2-2 heading into Saturday's episode of the salary cap report, from what I remember. Then we ended up going 4-0 with this lineup, I believe. And this lineup was a lot of fun to run. Damari Carroll made his debut along with Jamal McGlure in terms of my salary cap lineup, and they were both really nice, especially Damari Carroll. I enjoyed his jumper, even off the dribble, which was really nice to see. Dr. J was good for me in spurts, and I may still run him, but I'm going to show you guys a couple of changes I may make to this lineup right now, because you can see we are currently 700 salary below that 30,000 salary cap limit, and our bench meaning, not bench, our like deep bench, the 11th, 12th, and 13th men themselves are all kind of eating up into our salary cap space. Tyronn Lue is 300 salary. We can bench Cam Reddish if we want to. We could bring in, another gold player who is not going to be 800 salary. Like, we can bring in Josh Green, who's at 200, just like that. And now this gives us some room to maybe, bench one of our amethysts off the bench and bring in a diamond player. I could also look to bring in a diamond that's worth 3,000 salary in place of Ryan Hollins, because there are a number of those kinds of players. Players like Dyson Daniels is still at 3,000 salary. Delano Banton is at 3,000 salary. So I'm going to keep Ryan Hollins. I think he's one of the best diamond centers to run in this game, and he is only 2,000 salary. What I will do is move on from Nikola Jovic, who, while I do like him a lot, I want to bring in one of my other favorite diamond centers who I love to run at power forward whenever I remember to bring him in and whenever his salary is low enough, and that is Alex Pokusevski. He's a lot of fun to run. I really enjoy running this card. And unfortunately, I really don't have much more salary to work with. You can see all my other salaries are minned out, right? All my pink diamonds are at 5,000 salary, including Jamal McGlure, who is at 5,500 salary before this morning. The one change I'm considering making, and I'm going to do for this video, is I'm going to probably bench Julius Erving. And I was thinking of doing so already because, I wanted a little bit more size out there. I was debating bringing in Robert Covington, who I really enjoy. Robert Covington, I think, is 2 inches taller than Dr. J, and you can see they are both at 5,000 salary. My Dr. J has 7 more Hall of Fame badges, and he has Legend Pick Dodger, which I love. It made him one of my best point of attack defenders I've ever run in salary cap this year. But I don't want to bring him in, because I feel like if I want to bring in height, there's another player I could bring in whose salary finally dropped from 6,300 down to 5K, and that player is Jabari Smith Jr. Now, it would have been nice if we had pink diamonds in the NBA draft to #1 pick set, because we have 500 salary left underneath the cap. If there was another pink diamond I could have brought in that was 5,500 salary, I could have brought them in place of Jamal Magloire. But Jamal Magliore's jumper has been really effective for me. It's a fast jump shot. He's solid defensively, and he moves around the court pretty quickly. I think he has 92 speed for his, a 6'11" power forward. 92 speed. Really solid defensively. That 82 three-pointer is an 87 or an 88 with the Mike D'Antoni coach boost. He just plays really well for me. Really enjoy running that card. So this is currently the main salary cap lineup that I'm considering running. But I do want to show you guys one more lineup, and that is my Yao Ming lineup, a lineup that I have yet to run. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Clutch. Commented, I think a couple of weeks ago, saying that I should consider building a lineup around Yao Ming, and I always kind of struggled to do so, but I found one that is exactly at 30,000 salary, and it's a pretty nice one. We get Isaiah Collier and Cody Williams, one of my favorite dynamic duos to run in salary cap, because they're each 1,200 salary, and when you pair them together, they become dark matters. I have Jabari Smith in this lineup as well, who is 6'11" at the shooting guard position, along with Nikola Jovic, who's one of my favorite power forwards to run as an amethyst. Off the bench, I have either AC Law or DeLon Wright, who I plan on bringing in. The reason why I have AC Law here is because I have Toumani Camara next to him. Now, I could throw it back and bring in my OG original radioactive backcourt pairing for salary cap of DeLon Wright and Toumani Camara, but if I want to have a little more offensive juice, I'm going to keep AC Law at the point guard position just to see how that works out. I love JT Thor's jumper. Kenneth Faried should be really solid for me. I wanted to bring in Jonathan Mogbo, but there are a number of amethyst players who are at 1,500 or 2,000 salary, and unfortunately, Jonathan Mogbo is one of those cards. And then, as always, we have Desanya Job, who's been really effective for us. I'm getting that jump shot down much more consistently than I used to. Quentin Post is now 2,000 salary as an amethyst, which is really annoying. Also, my OG favorite dynamic duo, which is Amethyst Corey Brewer and Galaxy Opal Joakim Noah. Both of those cards are back down to their minimum salary. Brewer is at 1,200, Joakim Noah is at 8,000, so I could run that duo as well in my main lineup, but I want to rock with this lineup a little bit more. Again, I really like what I get out of all four of these pink diamonds. Jabari Smith, we got to see if I can get used to that jump shot again. But I really love all these other cards. Anthony Black is just so good for me, and it makes all of them switchable. Not that I run a switch defense, since I play on-ball defense and I try to fight over all the screens. But if I'm in a position where my players do switch without my consent, everyone is tall enough to be able to at least somewhat hold their own against every other position out there on the floor, except for extreme situations, such as if my opponent has a Yao Ming, a Victor Wembanyama, maybe even a Donovan Clingan. So I feel pretty good about this lineup overall, and I might try this lineup out for a couple of games. Again, today is going to be the main day for me to try to grind out salary cap. We are at 1,100 points. We need just about 1,300 to 1,400 more, which will hopefully not take me all that long. I think that'll take me maybe 8 to 10 games, assuming I lose a couple of them, right? But we'll have to see. I don't have many packs, or really more than one pack to open for you guys today. I have made a lot of progress. I got rid of a ton of those diamond collectibles in my unopened packs, and you can see we're now sitting at 5 million MT, which is very exciting. We still have a few hundred more of these takeover and shoe packs and Babs Deluxe packs to go through and quick sell, and I have a full diaper load of diamond shoes to quick sell as well. So we're probably sitting at maybe close to, I don't know, 5.2 to 5.5 million, and then I still have to quick sell a bunch of the diamond collectibles, which I have to create still from the Festival of Champions, and then I'm going to try my best to spend the collectibles that I earn from the NBA Draft Festival towards players that I want. As I mentioned before, Dikembe Mutombo, Karl Anthony Towns if I can, maybe Dark Matter RJ Barrett, maybe Andrea Bargnani. There are a number of cards that I'm interested in, and I would rather do that than have to break down cards when we're in the final week of June. This 97 plus overall premium option pack is, I guess, the make right from 2K. If you played King of the Court this past week, and one of the rewards that you were supposed to get was a Galaxy Opal option pack. If you placed top 10% like I did, maybe you placed top 1%, and you had a Dark Matter option pack promised to you, but you ended up just getting a Dark Matter premium pack. You should have gotten your make right yesterday. I got my make right yesterday. I wanted to save this pack for this video. We're probably not going to get anything good out of it, but why not give it a shot? Let's see who we get here. There's really only one Opal that we want anyway, and he's not here. So we have Jalen Suggs, who we already have on Auctionable, Mikael Petrus, and we have Sean Marion. I don't really think Sean Marion's going to do anything for me, right? 13 gold. No, I think we'll just take Mikael Petrus. We're going to quick sell whoever we get anyways. Doesn't really matter. So we'll take Mikael Petrus. We'll quick sell him for 2,500 because I believe the other one I have is unauctionable. He is. That's 2,500 MT. Look, man, it is what it is. Can't really complain. We got 2 Galaxy Opals this week. Also, I did open up my Dark Matter from Salary Cap in a video that I recorded on Sunday, but I didn't want to upload. Didn't really like my content in that video. We ended up getting Dark Matter J.R. Smith, who's a troll card for a lot of you guys, but for me, as a Knicks fan, J.R. Smith is a great pull because I can now throw him into my Knicks lineup right here for now. We'll see if I want to move him somewhere else, but just for right now, J.R. Smith, welcome to my Knicks King of the Court squad. Appreciate you guys. I hope you guys, if you already got your 100 overall from Salary Cap, got the 100 overall you guys want, or one of the ones that you wanted. And if you haven't, let me know some of the players that you're bringing in your Salary Cap lineup this weekend. I'm curious to know, or this week rather. I'm curious to know. Best of luck in your Salary Cap grind, and best of luck wrapping up anything else you need to do before Season 8 begins. We, again, have just under 72 hours left in the season, so we don't have that much time left. Try to get whatever you need to get done as soon as you can. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. Until next time, I'll see you later.